we are going to study about structure of ear. It is a sense organ and it is called as statoacoustic organ. Why statoacoustic? Word stato is for balance and acoustic means concerned with hearing. So ear is concerned with balance and hearing both, hence statoacoustic organ. Now we'll see the structure of this ear. It is divided into three parts, that is outer ear, this is second one, middle ear, and third one is called as inner ear. So outer ear, middle ear and inner ear are the three parts of ear. We'll see one by one. First one, that is outer ear. What is seen in outer ear? This outer ear, it consists of this pinna, ear pinna, muscular part made up of elastic connective tissue consisting of more number of elastic fibers. Second part is a canal like structure which is called as auditory canal, and its third part is called as tympanic membrane. This external ear or the pinna and external auditory meatus, what is the function? Through this ear pinna, sound waves will be collected and it will be transferred towards the middle ear through this external auditory canal. Through this canal it will move up to the tympanic membrane. So this region, which one? Pinna and auditory meatus, they consist of some glands which are modified sebaceous gland, also called as ceruminous gland, and this gland is concerned with secretion of wax like material. Then what is this tympanic membrane? This tympanic membrane is a membrane like structure. Towards the outer side, from this side it is covered with skin, and from the inner side it is covered with mucus like material. Okay, so this is all about outer ear or the external ear. Now we are going to see about second part, that is middle ear. See, this middle ear demarcation is this much, and from this side here this one is the middle ear. What is seen in middle ear? It consists of malleus, incus and stapes. These are the three ear ossicles, and one eustachian tube is seen in the middle ear region. What are these malleus, incus and stapes? These are the ear ossicles. This malleus looks like a hammer like structure. Incus is anvil. It is the anvil position, so it's called as anvil. And stapes is stirrup like structure. Stirrup like structure means when we want to ride a horse, we have to put our foot on this type of structure which is called as stirrup. So malleus is the outermost, incus is the middle, and stapes is the innermost ear ossicles. Okay, so this ear ossicles is for transmitting the sound waves up to what? Towards the inner ear. So when the vibrations are received by this tympanic membrane, from where? From the exterior, these vibrations will come to the tympanic membrane, and from tympanic membrane vibrations will be received by ear ossicles. So these ear ossicles amplify the vibrations. Here in the ear ossicle region, these vibrations will be amplified and will be transferred to the inner ear region. So this is about three ear ossicles, and this is the eustachian tube. What is the function of eustachian tube? It connects middle ear to the pharynx. That means through ear, connection to the pharynx is there through eustachian tube. And what is the function of this eustachian tube? It equalizes the air pressure on both the sides of eardrum. That means toward this side and toward this side, the air pressure will be equalized. Okay, so this is all about the middle ear also. Now we have to study about inner ear. What is seen in inner ear? This inner ear, it consists of two parts. Which are the two parts of inner ear? It is the labyrinth and vestibular apparatus. Here labyrinth is not clearly seen in this diagram. We'll see the other diagram to see this labyrinth. So this labyrinth and cochlea. This is the circular structure. This cochlea and labyrinth together forms one of the structure. And second part is made up of vestibular apparatus. We will see other diagram. So this is the diagram where labyrinth is seen. This is membranous labyrinth and this is bony labyrinth. So these two types of labyrinth are the part of inner ear. So first part of inner ear labyrinth, bony labyrinth and membranous labyrinth. Remember that this bony labyrinth is filled with a fluid called as perilymph, and membranous labyrinth is filled with a fluid which is called as endolymph. So this labyrinth means the structure which is filled with a fluid and this cochlea together constitute one of the part of inner ear. Second part is called as vestibular apparatus, and this vestibular apparatus, it includes this semicircular canal. This one, second, and this is the third one. These are the semicircular canal which come under vestibular apparatus. So semicircular canal, and second one sacculus and utriculus. This sacculus and utriculus, you can see here in the diagram, this is sacculus. This sacculus here, and this is utricle along with otolith organ. This sacculus and utriculus with otolith organ constitute what? It constitute the second part of vestibular apparatus. So once again I will repeat. Inner ear consists of labyrinth. This labyrinth is classified into bony labyrinth and membranous labyrinth. Bony labyrinth is filled with a fluid called as perilymph, and membranous labyrinth is filled with a fluid which is called as an endolymph. With this bony labyrinth and membranous labyrinth and cochlea, these are the part. And second part of inner ear is vestibular apparatus, which includes this semicircular canal, this vestibule and this utricle. Okay, so this is in short about the inner ear. Now we will go in detail of this structure of cochlea. So here this cochlea is seen now. If we cut it transversely in the transverse manner, then this type of structure is seen. So this cochlea, its vertical or the longitudinal section shows these three cavities. These three cavities are, upper one is called as scala vestibuli, this is called as scala media, and this third one is called as scala tympani. Okay, so these are the three cavities seen inside the cochlea. Scala vestibuli, scala media, and this third one is called as scala tympani. These three cavities are what? It is because of these two membranes, this upper membrane and this is the lower membrane. This membrane is called as basilar membrane and this one is called as raciner membrane. So because of presence of raciner membrane and basilar membrane, this cochlea is divided into this three compartmental structure: scala vestibuli, scala media and scala tympani. This basilar membrane, on this one of the structure is present here. This is called as organ of Corti. Here it is labeled as organ of Corti, which is present on this basilar membrane. So this is the first part of what? Of the inner ear, this labyrinth and this cochlea. Now this organ of Corti which is seen here, what it consists of? The organ of Corti, it consists of hair cells. Here in this region of organ of Corti, here hair cells are present. Here this one, some hair cells are present. Their hair, it projects towards the upper side and these hair are covered by one of the membrane which is called as tectorial membrane. So this is about the organ of Corti. Then next to that, we have to see about vestibular apparatus. What is this vestibular apparatus? I said this utriculus and sacculus along with otolith organ, it constitutes second part of inner ear. So what are these semicircular canals? These semicircular canals are the canals which are present in all directions. They are present at right angle to each other. Then you can see that at the base of this semicircular canal, you can see this region which is Solon 1. This Solon region of this semicircular canal, it is called as ampulla. And inside this ampulla, it consists of some projecting ridges. Here inside this not visible, but here this is the position. for projecting ridges of semicircular canal of the ampulla. These are called as crista ampullaris. So remember, cristae are concerned with semicircular canal. They are present at the swollen base of semicircular canals. After that, we will see the utriculus and sacculus. This utriculus and sacculus, second part of the vestibular apparatus, they also consisting of some projecting ridges. So here this is the utricule and here this is the sacculus. Inside these also some projecting ridges are present which are called as macula. So here crista and macula are the spatial structures which are present for maintaining balance and posture of the body. Remember that they maintains the balance and posture of the body here. Okay, so this is diagrammatically it is explained here. Now once again we will see it. Now see, it was explained before. This ear, it is a statoacoustic organ. Stato for balance, acoustic for hearing, having three parts: external ear, middle ear and inner ear. Secondly, we are going to see about external ear consists of ear pinna, external auditory canal and tympanic membrane, which is also called as ear drum. Next to that, we'll see about the middle ear. Middle ear, it consists of three ear ossicles and eustachian tube. Ear ossicles from exterior to inner side, malleus, incus, stapes, and eustachian tube for equalization of air pressure on both the sides of ear drum. Inner ear consists of labyrinth and vestibular apparatus. Labyrinth consists of bony and membranous labyrinth. It also includes coiled cochlea. Cochlea consists of three chambers: scala vestibuli, media and scala tympani. Two membranes, basilar and rational membranes, are seen. Remember that scala media is filled with endolymph while scala vestibuli and scala tympani are filled with perilymph. Can be asked for 1 mark. The diagram we have already studied for the inner ear with labyrinth and the vestibular apparatus. So on basilar membrane, we have seen that on the basilar membrane organ of Corti is present. This organ of Corti, situated on floor of scala media, consists of sensory epithelium and tectorial membrane. Sensory epithelium have sensory hair on which tectorial membrane is situated, and in between sensory cells some supportive cells are present. What's the function of organ of Corti? It acts as transducer which converts sound vibrations into the impulses. Then second part of the inner ear, which is called as vestibular apparatus, consists of semicircular canal and otolith organ with sacculus and utriculus. Semicircular canal lie on all planes at right angle to each other and filled with endolymph. At the base of each semicircular canal, there is swollen structure called as ampullae, and it consists of crista ampullaris, which consist of hair cells. What is otolith organ having sacculus and utriculus? See, they are also consisting of projecting ridges, which is called as macula. So macula of otolith organ, which is present at the base of sacculus and utriculus, and crista, which is present at the base of semicircular canal. They are specific receptor to vestibular apparatus for the position of head with respect to gravity. Then in the macula also hair cells are present. So hair and cilium of that cells project into a gelatinous sheath which is called as otolithic sheath. On this otolithic sheath, these minute particles are present which are called as otolith, also called as otoconia. They are made up of calcium carbonate and protein. What is the function of these otolith particles? If our balances get disturbed, if we are going tilted towards the right side, then otolith particle will move towards the left side, so our balance will be maintained. Okay, so remember, otolith particles made up of calcium carbonate and protein are present in the inner region, internal ear, in the macular region. This is the last sentence for the inner ear. That is, receptors for dynamic balance. Dynamic balance means what? When the body is moving. It lie in cristae of ampulla of what? Semicircular canal, while static balance lie in maculae of utriculus and sacculus. So remember that this inner ear is concerned with hearing as well as for balancing. How the hearing takes place? For mechanism of hearing, we will see the diagram first. Once again, the diagram of structure of ear. See, as I said, the pinna part of the ear receives sound waves. Where is the pinna? This is the pinna which receives sound waves and direct them towards the eardrum. To this auditory canal, it goes towards the eardrum. So as this sound waves comes towards the eardrum, these eardrums start vibrating, and thus vibrations are amplified and they pass